Hey guys, good morning. It's Levestina, the Mystic Twin here. I hope everyone is waking up beautifully, having their fresh cup of coffee or my Christmas cup. I'm trying to start like a morning segment, maybe like we sit around and we gossip sort of about this new spirituality, this new age that we have over some coffee. Yeah. So I guess I'll put that up. I'll announce, maybe have a specific day for it. But for now, we're having it today. So go grab your cup of coffee, put this on pause, make your fresh cup of Spirit Lmbo or whatever it is that you like. Sit down and let's talk. So I wanted to come to talk to you guys because during my morning routine, while I'm meditating and listening to my videos, to gain more knowledge, because this is how the universe works with me. I just scroll through YouTube, or it used to be Facebook, but Facebook was a lot of just posts. I guess maybe inspirational stuff, and I was constantly there. But now it's YouTube, and with YouTube, of course, I'm learning a lot. So I was watching one of these videos, either with Gigi Young or what is his name, Infinite Waters. Guys, they're good. They're really great. Give them a look. Check them out. You're absolutely going to love their information, and you're going to get it. See, because that's the thing, is that some people, you just don't vibe with. I vibe with these guys, so I understood their message is clear. So give them a try, and you might understand. But as I'm listening to one of them, and I can't remember which one it is. It might have been a new guy, too. Can't remember his name. But so it was a guy, he was talking about, how the earth operates. And he mentions it being like a game. And that took me back. That took me back to when I got my very first download. Now I can call it a download. Before, I used to say I had a USB plugged up my butt. But one of my very first downloads was exactly this, that the system that we lived in is like a Monopoly game. I mean, it was crazy, and I had no idea what to make of this information or even how to process this, guys. Back when I got this vision, I wasn't growing spiritually. I was just learning about Jesus. So, and there's a big correlation here, because, a big difference here, because, religion and Jesus actually is a stepping stone. And I use Jesus because Jesus is my faith and who I believe in. He's my Christ consciousness, This is what I strive for. But, they're kind of like a stepping stone for what's ahead. It doesn't stop at Jesus. There is a great I am, who is the Father of all. And that is the goal, is to get that connection. It's not outside of yourself like people would like to have you believe, some external source that you cannot reach. It's completely within you. Anyway, so that's besides the point. So I get this vision, along with many others at that time. I think it was 2012. And I believe that in 2011 was one of the first major shifts for these light workers and star seeds and indigos. And we've got all types of waves of different types of species of people and spirits just coming in right now to like save the world. And I guess this is what I was motivated to do. So when I got that vision, I got simultaneously the vision of, me with a headpiece and, speaking to people, telling them what I know, what I have learned on my journey. And John Gray would kind of confirm this for me. I'm going to be mentioning him a lot, guys, Pastor John Gray, because he was a big part of my journey, very big part. So, God sends in helpful people for you, and this was one of them, and I didn't know what to make of these things. I could feel the connection, the really strong connection to whatever the situation was at the time or the person. Like John Gray, I can feel this deep connection. I know he's supposed to guide me, but I thought we were supposed to meet or something, you know? And, you know, that's just the control that you have to let go. You just have to take the synchronicity for what it is, guys. And he was there to guide me. On the internet. Online, Janice. If one day I get to meet him, it would be one of my greatest pleasures. But anyway, John Gray my pastor, had told me that I was in line for great things. That was the message that I kept getting along the same time that I was getting these visions. It was a very confusing time. Very confusing time. And I think this is why I held on to Jesus so tightly, because I was so confused. I had no idea what was happening to me. So, this vision, guys. So, okay, so I was trying to channel the message again, because, of course, this was about 5 years ago, maybe a little bit more. I haven't really done the math, but, you know, so I couldn't really remember it well. As I was channeling it now, I wrote it down, and, you know, I asked Spirit to help me connect back with this vision, because my memory got me two separate sort of visions, you know. One was a Monopoly game, and then another one was a room where there was orbs, and it was like a video game system, if you will, but just like an immense video game system. And in these orbs were things that you wanted to experience. So let's say you wanted to live an adventurous life, or, you know, I remember putting on these, it was like virtual reality type thing. And I remember like riding a roller coaster, living this adventurous life, you know, and it kind of, I had to take a step back, because I'm like, you know, like, what are you telling me? Like, we're playing a game here? Yeah, that's what I got. That's when I started to take things a little bit lighter, guys. When I started to realize it was all an experience. And that everything that I held so tightly, every fear, every thought that I would not make it, I was beneath myself, I was worthless, you know, the list goes on and on. I mean, I was horrible to myself. But all of that, it was for nothing. Because in the end, I'm going to be fine. Now, you see, at that time, it was just a vision, very fresh and new. And I had no idea about chakras or Pleiades or Atlantis. You know, I heard of the fallen city, but never really understood any of it. So I couldn't really make much of this message. As I am going along in my journey, it's making sense. So today, as I was listening to that message, whoever it was, I can't remember, and it hit me. And I was like, hello, remember this vision? This is what you got to talk about. And I was like, oh, I get it now. So guys, here's what it is. Here's the message that I got. I got that, so Earth is like this big playground. And we'll call the playground Monopoly board. I don't know why they use Monopoly. I guess because it has buildings and money, free will, you go to jail. You know, Monopoly is a little bit, it's very much real. So, Earth is like this big playground, this Monopoly board game, but, you know, it's intense. You know, when you're playing a game of Monopoly, you know you're about to be, this is about to be war. I'm about to win Boardwalk. That's what Earth is, okay? Earth is a place where your vibrations are automatically lowered. Automatically. Because in order for you to experience these things, and I'm going to explain what those things are, guys. It was 10:11 on the clock when I said that. Synchronicity, 111. Anyway, yeah, so you come down here to experience these things. Now, here's the thing. Earth and heaven, of course, are two different dimensions, correct? And this is why they now showed me the orbs. So, Earth is down here, where you experience third dimension. But the orb and where you control that experience is up here. So I'm not sure if that's the 12th dimension, but it's definitely what I would call heaven, where we came from. Alright, so in this place, 12th dimension, heaven, or whatever it is that you would like to refer to it as, I have not done enough research to actually know if the 12th dimension is heaven. But that's neither here nor there. So there's this huge room. I mean, it's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place. What I saw while I was there, I felt a lot of peace, a lot of, and when I say while I was there, I mean while I was there in that vision. I can now, I've learned enough to now know the feelings that I experienced at that moment. At that moment, I was in complete shock. But now I know I felt peace. I felt a lot of love. It was very bright place with beautiful clouds. And it was just peaceful, You just felt the serenity. It's like you were home. So in your home, there's a lot of different doors that you can go through that offer different things. And one of these things, I mean, I was shown other doors, and I guess that wasn't part of the vision, so I can't remember right now. I guess I can tap into it and remember, but for the most part, this specific door is the door to earth, right? So to say. Here, you as a soul, you go into this room, and to them it's like a playful thing. To your soul, it's like, oh, I'm bored. I just go, maybe I can go heal this, or maybe I can go experience this right now because, I ain't got nothing to do. That's the impression I got. Sorry, excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. All right, so they go into these rooms, and there's like millions upon millions of these orbs, all different colors. You've got black ones, you've got red ones, you've got rainbow colored ones, you've got blue ones, all different colors, all different, many beautiful colors. And then you take the orb, and we'll say, I don't want to say anything negative, I mean, but negative, that's what you're gonna like grasp onto. So let's just say fear. So you grab fear, and you're like, okay, I want to experience fear, and fear can be a variety of things. I mean, you can develop fear of demons. You can, develop fear of heights. You can develop fear of water. There's just a whole array of things that you can develop with fear, okay? So this is what you put the orb on. You put the virtual reality glasses on. That's what I enjoyed the most, I think. I was like, wow, glasses? So you put these things on, and I can't remember if the orb goes in there, or if there's like a separate system, or even if it's just like automatically just like, I want fear, and fear is transferred. I can't remember that part. But you put the glasses on, and automatically you're experiencing these things. Okay? And as a soul, you're intrigued. You're like, ooh, this is fun. Oh, I see how this works. You're intrigued. But as a human, you are now developing karma, my people. Things that now you have to work through. Fears, real fears that we live here with in the 3D, and now we've got to work through. Our past life has picked up, and we've got to work through. I'm doing some past life work, and I'm going to go a little bit deeper, because I guess maybe I wasn't prepared, because, your spirits won't show you what you are not prepared to handle, okay? So I guess at this moment I wasn't prepared, and I saw little skits or even pictures of who I was in two past lives. And one was a chief, an Indian chief with a big ass nose. Guys, but it was like a mugshot. It was like maybe even like, when back in the day, way back, wow. You know what, I don't even know what time frame this was, but there was definitely pictures, because I remember a picture. I don't know if I was perhaps murdered, or maybe I was the one doing the killing, but I know that that picture actually brought me to my fear of guns, my terrifying fear of guns. And so I know there's some sort of correlation there between me and my big-ass nose Indian chief and some sort of murder, guys. So either I was murdered or I was doing the murdering. And I guess I wasn't prepared to know that information. So the spirits were like, cut. That's all you get. Because they don't want you to be afraid. They want you to receive this information and learn from it. Learn, find a way to incorporate all of your lives together so the soul can heal and ascend, right? Because that's the important part here, is for our soul, or for us as human beings, because we are humans, but we are spiritual beings living a human experience. I think that's the way that goes. Let me just read over my notes here and see if I've covered what I wanted to. So yeah, guys, when you put this orb into the virtual reality lenses, you have to keep in mind that you have chosen to experience this. You have to remember that, because remembering that, wanting to remember that, is the first step of eliminating those BS belief systems. Okay, those belief systems and those negative emotions, that's just something that the soul wants you to experience. They want to see, they want to be able to experience, and they can only experience it through you. The soul is too high vibrational. They cannot live on earth. Their vibration is too high. And so that's why they send us here. As humans, we can live on this vibration. But we can also ascend to where we are supposed to be, which is the goal. The end goal is for human race to ascend and lift the vibrations. From what I was learning, we weren't even supposed to be in a 3D vibration. We were supposed to be in a 5D vibration, where everything resonates with love, and we don't have these money concerns. Money doesn't exist. We're doing things from our heart, and it's the reality that we're now pushing to today. We kind of threw ourselves back by not wanting to eliminate these belief systems or these negative emotions. Ooh, I'm getting itchy. I'm giving you some good information, guys, because I'm getting itchy everywhere. So you have to remember that you choose to live through your experience, guys. Fully knowing the current system and that you are vibrating at a lower level. Your soul knows this, but they want to and need to experience whatever it is that you're going through for some reason. It's for a greater purpose. Okay? You know, I got in that message, I got, you fucked up, get up and try again. You know, they don't want you to stay stuck on that emotion. They want you to actually feel the emotion. And my foot is really itchy. You know, you reincarnate until you have experienced that orb in its entirety. So you keep on. This is why we have past lives. And how we build that karma from past lives, you know, because your soul is not going to stop. It's not going to take those glasses off until the game is over. Got that? So sometimes the soul will be like, okay, yeah, I've had enough. And it's like, you know what? Yeah, I think I've learned enough. And then that's it. You don't experience anymore. But if you're here, then your soul said, there's some more work to be done. So it's time to get on that ball. I mean, I think, and the only reason why I say it's time to get on that ball is because when you do, then you feel so much more liberated. You get to remember that, you know, I used to feel very alone. I don't know, I'm sure a lot of people feel that way. But I used to feel I have a family of, I don't know, more than 300 people. We're a big family. And I always felt alone, regardless of anything. And it was because, you know, I needed to know me. I needed to know who I was. Had nothing to do with, you know, external. You know, the external was actually teaching me a lesson. Teaching me to learn about me. To find out what it is that I came here for. And I came here to use my voice. I came here to use my voice to help other people. Because I knew at this time that I would be here. I was going to be needed. I signed up for this. And it's not time to back down now. Now I'm stepping up into that power. And this is why I bring you guys this information to you today. So I think I have covered pretty much what I wanted to say. Yeah. So just get to the root of things, guys. Get to the root of it. Find out why you keep experiencing these experiences, whatever brings you fear, sadness, depression, any belief system. Find out why, what brings you there. Because once you start to do that, you start to open up a whole new world for you. All right. Have a nice sip of coffee. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this helped. I'll see you in my next video. I love you. Bye.